Let's build some more shapes today. Let's do it with 3D shapes. Okay, let's get started. Okay, where are we? Here we are, lesson 6. I can create a composite shape, dimensional shapes, and describe a composite shape using shape names and positions. Remember, a composite shape is when we take different shapes and make a new shape, okay? So today we're gonna do it with 3D objects. Here's the thing though. The 3D objects that she has, I don't have all of them, so I'm not going to build my shapes today. What? I do want you, if you have some 3D shapes at your house, like she has, then you can build with her. You don't have 3D shapes at your house or objects from your house that look like these 3D shapes, then it's okay if you don't build them with her. You have to pay attention, okay? So if you do have shapes around your house, like you might have a mug, like with a lid that can go as a cylinder. You might have a bouncy ball that could be a sphere. You might have a party hat that looks like a cone, things like that, okay? So before we do that, I'm gonna sprint past the sprint because I'm not gonna make you do it today. And we're going to go down here to our, uh-oh, I passed it. Look at that, I went too far. There it is, application. So get your detective hats on, get your detective notebooks ready, and let's look at what we got here. Emmy lined up 4 yellow cubes in a row. Fran lined up 7 blue cubes in a row. Who has fewer cubes? How many fewer cubes does she have? Okay, so this sound going to be comparing. So I'm going to do a double tape diagram, but we're going to draw it out like we did the last time. Okay, so I have Emmy and Fran. Okay, so Emmy lined up 4 yellow cubes in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make that a tape. And I'm going to put a 4 up here. Okay. Fran lined up 7 blue cubes in a row. So I'm going to make 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's on top of that one. My bad. 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to make this into a tape. And I'm going to put 7 above it. Now the question says, who has fewer cubes? Well, we can look at our tapes and see that Fran's tape is a lot longer than Emmy's tape. So Emmy is going to have fewer cubes. Emmy has fewer cubes. How many fewer cubes does she have? Well, how can I do that? What can I do? I can write a number sentence. I can say 7 minus 4 equals something. So let's go here. I have 4. There's 4 there. How many more do I have? 3. So 7 minus 4 is 3. So she has 3 fewer cubes. All right, detective, let's see if we've solved mystery. Who has fewer cubes? Well, we knew that Emmy had fewer cubes. How many fewer cubes does she have? She has 3 fewer cubes. Here's Emmy's 4. Here's Fran's 7. We saw that they have the same, but there's a few more. And we counted up how many more, and that's how many fewer she had. So great job, detectives. Take off that detective hat, erase that board, and let's get ready to build some shapes. Here we go. I'm going to pause for a second. All right, friends, let's get started. Now, because I'm not going to build, I'm just going to make this bigger. Ta-da! Uh-oh, hold on. There we go.
Oh, welcome to class, my marvelous mathematicians. It's Miss Kaylin here, ready to guide you through another lesson. Today, we will be making composite shapes from 3-dimensional shapes. Remember, Composite is when you put shapes together to make a new, bigger shape. For today's lesson, you will need some three-dimensional solids. They look like the picture on the screen. If you don't have those, that's okay. You can work with what you have around your house. If you do choose to get things from around your home, make sure you have something that looks like a cube, a rectangular prism, a cone, a cylinder, and a sphere. I put pictures of those things on the screen. Go ahead and grab some items from around your home if you don't have three-dimensional solids with you. Whenever you're ready, you can press play and we'll get started. Welcome back. Whether you have three-dimensional solids or objects from around your home, you're ready for today's lesson. Let's get started. This lesson is going to be so much fun. You're going to build shapes with me using your three-dimensional solids or your objects from around your home. I'm going to build a little tower, and I'm going to describe it to you, but I'm going to hide it behind my secret wall. As I describe it, I want you to try and build the same tower as me. We'll see at the end if you can build the same tower I did. Let's try the first one. Listen to my description of the tower. I'm going to put a cube on the table and then put a cone on top of the cube.
So a cube.
I'll give you a second to build my tower.
Cone. I bet it's going to look
No peeking.
something. Let me see if I can draw it out.
Take a look at yours. Do you have a cube on the table and a cone on top of the cube? Let's see if yours looks like mine.
This.
Is this what you built too?
Ah, I was close, wasn't I?
Awesome. There's a cube at the bottom and a cone at the top. Let's do another one. Here we go. I'm putting down a rectangular prism with the longest face touching the table. Then, on top of that, I'm putting a cube on top of the prism directly in the middle. Rectangular prism on the bottom, a cube directly in the middle on top.
I bet it looks something like
Then
this.
I'm going to put
you're
two
not done.
cones down, one on each side of the cube.
A cone, huh?
Are you ready to see it?
Mine's not great, but I bet it sort of looks like that.
Does your structure look like this?
Look at that.
Point to the cone you see in your structure.
There's a cone.
Now point to the cube.
There's a cube.
Great job. Let's do another one. This is fun. Are you ready for one more?
Let's do it.
Here we go. This one's going to really stretch your brain. Are you ready? I am putting a rectangular prism with the longest face touching the table. I'm putting a cylinder on top of the rectangular prism all the way to the right with the circular part touching the rectangular prism. I'm going to put another cylinder all the way to the left side of the rectangular prism, and I'm going to put the circular side down. So far, you should have 3 shapes in your structure. I wonder what it's going to look like. I'm going to put another rectangular prism on top of those 2 cylinders with the longest face touching the cylinders. On top of the rectangular prism, I'm going to put a cone directly in the middle. I'm going to repeat that one more time. And as I do, look at your structure to make sure you built it the same as mine. I put a rectangular prism with the longest side touching the table. On top of that, I put 2 cylinders. Both of them I put with the circular side down. One's all the way to the right, and the other is all the way to the left. On top of that, I put a rectangular prism with the longest side touching the cylinders. Last, I put a cone right in the middle of that rectangular prism on top. Drum roll, please.
Let's see, did I get it close, you think?
And does yours look like this?
It does look similar, doesn't it?
I have 2 rectangular prisms, 2 cylinders, and a cone. Math is so fun. We got to build towers today. That is awesome.
I just want to
I
thank
know
my art
you
teacher for
and your
teaching me
wonderful
3D
brain
shapes.
had a great time. Let's go ahead and give it some love. Repeat after me. My brain is great.
My brain is great.
My brain will grow.
My brain will grow.
The harder I work,
The harder I work,
the more I know.
the more I'll know.
And that's so true. Come with me as we transition to your set. Okay, mathematicians, it's time to practice what you learned today. You had all those awesome 3-dimensional solids or your objects that looked like 3-dimensional solids from your home. You're going to need those today as you practice. Instead of doing a problem set, you will have your homework page to do, and you will do the entire page. It'll ask you to build fun structures just like I did today. Mathematician, I hope you have a great time and focus on learning about those 3-dimensional shapes and the composite shapes you can make from them. Have a great time, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Happy building.
Bye, Miss Kaylin. Okay, let's go back and look at that because it is not in our slides today, but it will be in your Google Classroom. It says use some 3-dimensional shapes to make another structure. The chart below gives you some ideas of objects you could find at home. You could use objects from the cart or the other objects you have at home. Okay, so here's a cube, rectangular prism, cylinder, sphere, and cone. It says block, a dice. For a rectangular prism, you use a food box like cereal, macaroni and cheese, spaghetti, a cake mix, or a juice box. You could use a tissue box, a hardcover book, a DVD or a video game box. For your cylinder, you could use a food can like a soup, vegetable, or tuna fish, or peanut butter jar. You could use a toilet paper roll or paper towel roll. You could use a glue stick. For a sphere, you could use a tennis ball, a rubber band ball, basketball, soccer ball. You could use fruit like a orange or a grapefruit, a melon, a plum, a nectarine, marbles. And then for a cone, you have ice cream cone, party hat, and a funnel. Okay, build a bunch of structures. Now I'm gonna close this out for a second and I'm gonna bring up my screen. Now, I was drawing my shapes out because I didn't have all those shapes because I'm at school and, well, I'd have to go to a lot of classrooms to find all those shapes. So I'm going to show you a quick way to how to draw some 3D shapes, okay? So if you need to draw a cube, you can draw a square. Mine's not perfect, but that's okay. Let me move this little deer out of the way here. There we go. Then you're going to take your corner here and you're going to draw out like that. Same thing with this. You're going to go up like that. Same thing with this corner. Boom. See? Kind of looks like a tablet sideways. Then you're going to connect your lines there and there. And then you're going to connect your line there and there. And you got a cube. Okay? You do the same thing with a rectangular prism. You're going to draw a rectangle. You draw your line out. Draw your line and draw your line out. Then you're going to connect them. And there you got a rectangular prism, okay? You can draw a sphere, or not a sphere, a cylinder by drawing a circle or an oval. That's more of an oval. Make an oval, and then you're going to draw a line up, another line up, and then make another ovalish circle on top of it. And then you got a cylinder. The cone is almost the same way. You're going to draw an oval, and then you're going to draw a line to a point, another line to a point, and then you've got a cone. Now, a sphere, you can't really draw a sphere. That's just a circle, unless you wanted to shade it. We're not getting into that lesson. That's a lesson. So if you don't have things that you can build with at home, you can always draw things like I did, okay? My art teacher from school would be so proud of me right now. I remembered his lessons. Thanks, Mr. Hickey. All right, I will see you on our next lesson. But right now, I want you to make sure that you at least attempt to build a few things. I know it's a little harder when we are at home and I can't see your cool looking towers and things like that. If you want a picture of what you build around your house with the 3D shapes, you can send them to me. I'd love to see what you build. I do want you to attempt to do your exit ticket, okay? So do your exit ticket. The problem set today is just building. So if you want to take a picture and send it to me, go for it. But please do your exit ticket. If you have any questions, just email me, friends. I'll see you later. Bye.